Hi everyone, welcome to a very cold and windswept SAUCEL Hill here in Paisley. Before we start on today's adventure, I've got a question for you. Does anyone out there remember the proposal from about 2010, 2012 to build a statue of Sir William Wallace here on SAUCEL Hill? No? Fortunately I remember it, and I've got some photos to show you and also a description of the proposal. This proposal answers a long-standing and widely held desire that a major state-scaled monument will be erected in Paisley to the national hero of the Scots, Sir William Wallace. This proposal has been put forward by Professor Alexander Stoddard, Sculpture in Ordinary to Her Majesty the Queen, with the study part funded by Renfrewshire Council and augmented by an anonymous donation from elsewhere. And then it died a death. Does anyone know why this proposal didn't take root? Why did it just quietly disappear? Anyway, today's adventure starts right now. SAUCEL Hill at 42 metres or 138 feet isn't the highest point in Paisley, but it does offer some very nice panoramic views. I was here a few weeks ago with a pair of binoculars. Before you jump to conclusions, I was looking at the horizon to see what landmarks I could see and identify. These are the photographs I took. Guys, firstly I'm going to apologise for the wind. I've picked the windiest day of the week to feature a video which is being filmed on top of hills. You couldn't make that up really, could you? Anyway, when I was here with the binoculars, I looked south. Now there's lots of trees, lots of houses, but I did spot something away in the distance. So with my trusty compass, I've worked out it is 20 degrees east of due south. We're going to head in that direction now. I think I know what hill it is, but that will only be confirmed when we get to the summit, because the plan is to look back to see if I can see SAUCEL Hill, which will be a challenge. Right, let's go. Stony Brae was the original Neilson Road. It was replaced in the early 1800s by Capel Hill Road to avoid the really steep gradient that we've got ahead. It just wasn't suitable for horses and carts. Turnpike roads were roads funded by the collection of tolls at toll bars, or turnpikes as they were also known. Local landowners would obtain an Act of Parliament for specific roads. The trustees would be empowered to borrow money, impose tolls, maintain roads and build new ones. The first such act in Scotland was in 1713, but they didn't become widespread until the 1750s. Could you imagine a poor horse pulling a cart laden with linen up this steep gradient? This is why Capel Hill Road had to be built. This, however, does follow our sight line to our mystery hill, so I know we're still heading in the right direction. This masonry here probably dates back to the 16 or 1700s. There's no way I'm risking certain death by walking along that road just to keep to a sight line. So I'm going to go along here, do a left turn onto the bike track, and we'll walk into Barrhead. Ever wondered why Neilson Road goes to Barrhead, but Barrhead Road goes to the Hurling? Neilson is mentioned in documents from the 12th century. The foundations of a textile industry in Neilson were laid by the monks of Paisley Abbey, who mastered the local woolen trade in the Middle Ages, and it became a centre for cotton, calico bleaching and printing in the 18th century. Barrhead, on the other hand, was formed when a series of small textile producing villages, Barrhead, Arthurlee, Graveston and Gateside, gradually grew together to form one town. It's thought the name Barrhead first appeared as late as 1750. Until the 1800s, Neilson was the main town in the area, and so the road from Paisley was called Neilson Road. Not until the arrival of the railway into Barrhead did the town really start to grow. This is a really challenging video to film for two reasons. Firstly, it's so windy. That's why there's so much voiceover and musical interludes, because it's so hard to record when there's a gale blowing. And it's only going to get worse this afternoon. Apparently it's going to get very, very windy indeed. Secondly, I'm walking south. And when you walk south in winter, you're walking into the sun. And I'm afraid that everything which I'm filming ahead of me is in monochrome or bleached out. So I apologise for that as well, but I'm determined to get to this hill for you guys. I reckon we should be there in around 30 minutes max. I'm looking for a little track which cuts off this road, so between using my compass, an ordnance survey map and a little bit of good luck, it should be around here any moment. It's so windy here, I can't imagine what it's going to be like on the top of our mystery hill. Oh boy. Okay, after negotiating some very nasty looking rusty barbed wire and some brambles, without ripping our trousers, I think we're here, look. There's a path up there. I was just thinking, if you're still watching this video up until this point, you must be enjoying it. So could I ask you kindly to subscribe? This channel is not monetized, it's a labour of love, because I love my town of Paisley and the local area. So every thumbs up and every subscription just encourages me to make more. Thank you. Incline to this path, so I think we're getting to the serious stuff now, and the wind's picking up, so we're no longer protected from the wind. This could be interesting up here. Made it. Bracing, definitely bracing. racing. Well guys, I found a nice shady little bit so I can talk to you. It was absolutely blowing a hoolie up there. Wow, it was windy and cold as well. I could only handle about 5 minutes up there, even with gloves. I tried looking through the binoculars and I was able to find Paisley Abbey and the finishing mill by the Hamels, so the green area in front of that was definitely SAUCEL Hill. I just couldn't see the trig point. I did try to film it as well, but even on a tripod the wind is so strong up there that I felt the camera was all over the place. I've done the best I can. Hopefully we can see the Abbey and a couple of the landmarks of Paisley there. Anyway guys, thanks very much for coming along on this rather windswept and interesting excursion to a mystery hill. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you next time.